I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together.
All right, welcome back. We are here with another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, continuing our coverage of the original Resident Evil 4. Last time we wrapped up the castle section of the game, and now we are on to the infamous island section, which will take us all the way to the end of the base game. Generally speaking, Keith, what do you think about the island in this game?
The infamous island, I like that. Although islands have been in the news lately, so it maybe makes it sound like something else. Your
Oh,
yeah, your
yeah,
little St. James is
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I
That's a
don't think
dated
it's
reference for when we're talking, and then yeah, when the episode comes out, it's gonna be a bit more people like
sure,
wasn't it like a
but
year ago that we were talking about that, but
well, yeah, but don't you think, do you think it's the same island?
is this Jeffrey Epstein's island?
That's what I'm
Possibly.
asking.
Yeah. This is even
Yeah.
even littler St. James. Yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, Leon's doing everyone a favor.
yeah, yes. I think either way he's doing everyone a favor, whether it's as it seems or
Right.
Jeffrey Epstein's
You
there.
didn't you didn't notice a Ghislaine Maxwell looking zombie?
I did not notice the Ghislaine Maxwell. How do you
Okay.
say it?
Is
You
it
said Ghislaine? I've always heard Ghislaine.
I've never heard anybody say that name, so I don't know. I
Okay.
was pronouncing it phonetically.
Oh,
I
okay.
said Ghislaine.
You said Ghislaine. It's better I have heard Ghislaine. It's like that doesn't sound right. I don't think that's good.
No,
Yeah.
no. Wait, how do you say Ghislaine?
Ghislaine.
So rhymes with Gawain.
Oh, kind of. I just watched The Green Knight again, by the way.
Oh man. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a
Hell
great movie
yeah.
and it fucked me again because I don't know if you remember this, but the first time I watched it, I was started watching on HBO and it was like towards the end of the month. I was like, I'm gonna take a couple days off and come back. And that was gone from HBO. So I described something else. I
Oh,
described like Paramount or something.
okay.
And then I watched it again at some point else and got through it. And then I had another urge to watch The Green Knight. And I started watching it again on HBO. And then June 30th rolled around and it was gone from HBO. So I had to buy it digitally.
What the hell?
It's like
Wait, what?
I've worked so hard to watch. I've probably spent more money on this movie than any other movie in my life. I've literally probably spent like $60 to watch this movie.
Yeah,
I could buy
that's
like the deluxe special edition Blu-ray.
right. You could have got
Yeah.
a 18 by 20 Dev Patel poster or
Yeah.
something.
It got
Yeah,
signed by what's his face? David Lowery.
David Lowery. Yeah.
Mm.
I really like that movie, but I also understand why people don't. It's very ponderous and slow and weird.
It is very, very slow paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
also, what other movie do you get to quote my wife, Nikki Turnipseed, get to see Dev Patel being a quote big cummy bozo?
that was a very funny description of the movie. Uh,
Yeah, it's like, what? Okay. I don't
yeah.
cummy as an adjective is underrated, but um I'm thinking the island might be a little underrated.
Oh, okay. I think it's properly rated as the weakest area in the game. I
Yeah,
didn't think it was
that's
bad
fair.
either.
It's not bad. It just, I think the game wears out its welcome, and I don't think it's necessarily the island's fault.
I can see that. Maybe it's just a little. There's some good parts of the island, but the good parts aren't the here's 4 dozen ganados to fight areas.
Yes, because
For me, at least.
we've already done that.
Yeah.
We've
Once
done
you
that.
fought 2 dozen, now it's like, well, about 3 dozen. You're like, well, okay, it's not bad.
Right.
Yeah. Like it takes longer. All the battles take longer, but they're not
Right. And they have like
interesting or anything.
shock sticks now.
Yes, yeah. That is one good thing with the game is they do change up the enemies in every area.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game you have
Yeah.
them more, or this section you have more military style of opponents.
Yeah, which I think is not my aesthetic generally. Um, but I will
Yeah,
say
maybe that
that,
is it too.
yeah, I will say that generally speaking, so based on previous playthroughs, this area was my least favorite area. It is still my least favorite area, but it wasn't as bad as I remembered. I found more to like about it this time.
That was kind of my experience as well. Like I feel like it didn't drag as much as it has in some of the previous times I played through this game.
Right,
Uh,
right. And just to kind of recap what we're doing here. So Ashley is kidnapped. We hitch a ride with Ada to the island, who brings us there. And we are continuing our search for Ashley amidst this new environment. So that is where we're at, which is both, I think, similar to where we've been, but also environmentally a little bit different.
yeah, it's another biome for you. It's a rocky type of island.
Yes.
Rocky like geologically, not the boxer, but
It's a very Sylvester Stallone type
yeah, very
environment.
Sylvester Stallone coated island.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
This island does remind me of Rockford Island from Code Veronica. A little
Yeah, I
bit,
can see that.
a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, just kind of desolate, kind of military-y. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of big concrete buildings.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yeah, right away you start off, you get a first big island battle. So you get a help from Ashley.
Yeah.
As the camera pans, you see her being carried away into the inner sanctum of the island. And then you just gotta kind of blast your way through a bunch of ganados they have a little bit more armor on them. They're a little bit harder to kill than the other ganados and have different weapons. You have referenced the shock stick,
Yes.
cal prod. That's what I'm looking
Yes.
for.
Yes.
Yeah, the cal prod, and yeah, so they've kind of bumped up the enemies a little bit to be a little bit more difficult.
Right. Yeah. A little bit more armor, a little bit more aggressive with the weapons. I like that you described in our notes that there was a revolutionary coded Ganado mini boss with a Gatling gun.
Yeah, he pops up a few times, but yeah, it's kind of he doesn't quite fit with the rest of the crew.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's like,
he has a
Viva.
beret. He looks like Thomas. He looks like roided out Thomas Sankara to me.
He's like, Viva la Revolucion. And everybody
Yeah,
else is like, wait, what?
yeah, he's got
They're like,
he's got
Sadler,
khaki pants and
Sadler.
a crimson beret and the kind of bandolero bullets across his chest, and yeah, he's cool looking.
Yeah, he is. It's a very weird kind of like I think you're right that he
A
is
weird mashup.
revolutionary coded, but like I don't think that's what was intended by Capcom.
No, I think they're just going through like different military type looking guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I think I mean maybe they did this back in the day, but they like Googled island revolutionary or island
Oh.
military, and they were like, "Well, cool, let's use that." And
Cuba
it's
came
like,
up. Yeah, like, this
yeah,
works.
they're
Yeah,
like, all right. They're
they wear
like,
berets. Yeah, these guys.
right,
Yep.
right, yeah. I also see in your notes, leather daddy ganados.
Yeah, that's coming up, but that was a thing.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's more special enemies.
I don't, for whatever reason, have any recollection of gimp, gimp ganados.
They're big bald guys. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I do
I
know
can
what
try
you're
to show them
talking
to you.
about. No, I do. I
I
do.
think I can find them. I found the Revolutionary Ganado. Yeah, they're
Yes.
like the big bald guys. It's very like He-Man coded, like 80s fantasy film coded.
Um,
Yeah, they have like
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
it's a
about.
big
They have
tall
like,
bald guy. Yeah.
you're like, yeah, yeah, I got you. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm just too
Too
stoked about
excited for
this. Yeah,
the
exactly.
island. Yeah. But yeah, the island is basically a whole series of ballerinas again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of go through and you have new enemy types to fight. The Some are larger and take more damage than others. There's more kind of guns and weaponry from the islanders versus like the pitchforks and axes from the village, or the crossbows and maces from the castle area. One area I come up to is I thought this was a little goofy. There's the garage door area. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
Where they
do.
go up and down
It
and they're like
was
throwing explosives at you.
right. Like imagine like if you had a like you all have a garage, or do you not have a garage?
I don't have a garage personally, but I'm familiar with the concept of a garage.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I will say as a garage owner,
Oh, not
um
not to brag, but
sorry, yeah. Um I didn't say I was a homeowner. I just said I am a
yeah,
garage owner.
I'm
I
saving up for
just
the house. I just have to.
I leased the garage, okay?
Yeah. I
My
went to a
garage
garage sale. I said, "How much for the garage?" And they're like, "You asked me." Okay, I'll stop. Tell your story.
no. My garage is not very fast. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. He's kind of medieval.
Yeah.
He's got like spikes and shit on him.
Yeah, it's like he looks like he might have auditioned for like Def Leppard or something.
I can see that too. Yeah,
Right? Like
or
he's
like a
like,
Judas Priest. It's a Judas
yeah,
Priesty vibe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, all I was gonna say was that my garage door is not particularly fast, nor do I think most garage doors are fast.
I guess shutters maybe is the better term for them. They're shutters. They go down fast.
Yeah,
Gee.
but like, yeah, but who has shutters?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Just umbrella
I
slash
guess, yeah, but it's
slash
like
the
so
also
fast,
the
right?
ganados.
Like it just like opens up and then they like you have multiple people throwing sticks of dynamite and then they
Yeah.
close. And it's like
Yeah, you have
I
to.
understand what I'm supposed to do, but
Yeah.
it's a
It's like
very annoying sequence.
it's more target practice. That's what you're supposed to be trained for. That's why the merchant set that up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you die in this section? Because I did.
I did, yeah. I died and also I restarted because I was like, oh my God, I'm getting my ass kicked. It would be funny if they were as fast as garage doors, just toot, 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 toot.
And it's like, this is a
They're like peeking
challenge.
out. Yeah, yeah. But
Also, this is a ridiculous thing to say, but I'll say it. I don't know what the garage speed was back in 2003. We're 23 years later. Maybe they've increased.
they've increased today, so they were slower back then.
I probably, right? Everything was slower back then, right?
That's a good point. Yeah, I
I guess
know.
cars weren't.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's how fast it goes.
Right. But you could like put a NOS engine or whatever the fuck
Garage
on your
door.
garage door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my handyman and be like, I want my garage door to open like this. And I'll show him this sequence.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do you
He's
have the
like,
guys throwing dynamite at you? He's like, yeah. Also, yes. Yeah.
yeah. So no, this is not my favorite area. It's a little silly, but I understand what they were going for.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's just trying to do something different and give you new challenges.
Yeah.
But you soon run into the premier enemy from this area, and this is what makes the area for me
Yep.
more so than the waves and waves of enemies that you get. You get several sections where it's very much more of a horror game that has been before
Yes.
this, with a creature called the regenerator, and these are like, how do you describe these? They're like big humanoid gray,
Kind of
stretchy,
kind of stretchy, wormy.
wormy. Yeah.
Yeah, like they kind of writhe and have very choppy movement.
Yeah. The skin looks
Definitely,
very like stretched over them.
yeah,
Stretched out. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, somewhat humanoid. Feel like they were definitely made in a lab, which they were.
Yeah.
And very, yeah, unnerving enemies that are very tough.
Very, very tough. They're called regenerators because they can, if you shoot them, they'll just regrow their flesh.
Right,
Yep. So
right.
the first one that you find, you have to kind of avoid him. You can kill him, just brute force him, but ideally you're gonna avoid him, get the freezer key card, and then go into the freezer, and you can get a scope that will show you heat, a heat
Yes,
seeking scope. Yeah.
yes.
Because if you zoom in on them, they'll have little Las Plagas there controlling them. So you have to kill the Las Plagas to kill the regenerator. So
Yeah, and
there's
I
the
really
rifle
like
is the best weapon for this.
and I really like that dynamic because it forces you kind of like you said, it's a little bit more horror based. The environment's a little bit more maze-like, and it confines you basically to using a specific weapon to dispatch the enemy, which I
Yeah.
think is really a smart move, given that at this point in the game we've built up a pretty big arsenal and can kind of just, like you said, brute force everything.
Yeah, it feels like you're restricted again.
Yeah.
So it gets back to that horror feeling of, and it's a very small, tight area. Like there's a small room, so you don't have a lot of time to aim. You just have to bust out the sniper rifle and aim as quick as you can, as accurately as you can to kill the last Plagas.
Yeah, and I think that I appreciate that just kind of zooming out for a sec. This game doesn't do like a Metroid mini game where it strips you of all your items and abilities. It's like, no, we can ratchet tension by introducing an enemy for whom you have to use a particular set of skills to defeat and not
Yeah,
just like take you out of like everything, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So really smart. I think the word that you used in your notes that resonates with me is like they're bloated in a way that feels
yes, yeah,
unnatural. It's really creepy.
yeah. Very, very, very creepy design. Really good design, but very, very creepy design.
Right. Just to be clear, I in my day-to-day life, I don't look at people and say you're bloated and you scare me.
Yeah,
It's like, oh yeah. Yeah. So no, definitely a standout area of the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, and you run these a couple times in the different sections, but yeah, this is your first introduction, and it's very memorable. Then there's another sillier part. You come across a garbage dump area, and there's like a sort of crane that is used to haul garbage into the chute, and the ganados will hide, and you can use it like a crane game to pick them up and drop them into the garbage chute. It's it's very,
Yeah.
very silly. This is very Mario. This is very Mario Party. You had mentioned that
It really is.
last
Like
episode, but yeah.
I think like what we said last episode was a little bit of a stretch, but this I'm like, this is straight out of Mario Party.
Yeah, this is literally out of Mario Party.
Right. And I'm pretty sure this was not in the remake. I don't think there's a crane game in the remake.
I I haven't double checked, but I would be surprised if there was.
Right.
That would not
Right.
fit the vibe. Yep.
Right. So yeah, this is silly.
Yes.
This is silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, but eventually you fight your way through this, and the giant leather daddy ganados and the regular ganados and the calprot ganados and the crossbow ganados, and you find Ashley in a cell.
You sure do. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
found where she's been being held, and now you gotta rescue her.
yeah, and she's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah, she's
fortunately.
okay. Yeah,
She's okay. Yeah.
whatever Rachel did on her didn't do much because she seems the same. It is the same.
Yeah, it just seems like in this game, like they're like if you think about the distance from the village to the castle to the island, they're just like, we keep having to bring her places. And it's
Yeah,
like, they're like, a little bit further, a little bit
a little bit
further, a little
further.
bit
Yeah,
further. And
a little bit more.
it's like, why didn't you just bring her to the island first?
Yeah,
But then we'd have no game. So yeah, yeah. Um,
you you soon run into another type of regenerator that's an even creepier version.
the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, the Iron Maiden regenerator. I in my notes in my head I call these the Cenobite regenerators.
Shout
So they
out to
look kind of
Hellraiser.
yeah, they look kind of pinheady. They got spikes all over
Hmm.
them, and yeah, very even creepier. So they can't get close to you, and then when you do kill them, they'll explode and like a porcupine shoot their quills.
Right. Yeah, and they're I think from my playthrough I noted that they're like particularly like twitchy and their movement is kind of like very uneven and they have very ragged breathing, which I found
Yes.
disturbing.
Yeah, they're almost like a more degenerated version of the
Hmm.
regenerator.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
and
degenerated
tough.
regenerator. But yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
yeah, I'm like, wait, but that would make
A
them if
degen
they're
regen.
a degenerated regenerator would just be a generator, right?
Yeah, they're just a regular generator. Yeah.
Right, yeah, they're like we generate. Yeah, so they're also disturbing and I think well well suited for this environment. One thing I'll ask that I'm curious about is like what is the lore for the regenerators in this game? Like I'm trying to think like what we learn about them actually.
I don't know where you learn a lot. I mean, it's kind of there's a few places where there'll be like a lab table, like a bloody lab table. So it's
Right.
sort of implied they're making them here.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we don't know much about them other than the fact that they're like Plaga based kind of bioweapons um that need to be in cold storage. But that's a kind of really all we understand about them, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
So
Not much else, but God, I'm looking at them now. And yeah, they're very, very, very creepy design.
yeah,
Long neck
agreed.
and the big mouth with big teeth, no lips.
Yeah, yeah, very intimidating.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
very freaky.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, I think definitely a highlight of this game. Around this time we get to hear from Ada again, yeah?
Yeah, a paper airplane flows through the window and gives you a little note and it says you can escape through the garbage chute. There's the lipstick kiss on it. Don't wonder who that was from.
Right.
The
Yeah,
merchant, maybe.
right.
Yeah.
Claire Redfield
Yeah, maybe.
fulfilling
She has
Chris's.
experience on islands,
She
remote
does,
islands.
yeah.
Yeah.
She does, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this kind of guides us right into the next sequence. You know, you escape through the garbage chute, and as they go through the garbage chute, Ashley says, "No way, Leon!" Like she's not going to do it. And then once she does go through the garbage chute, he
Yeah.
says,
Leon says, way, and grabs
"Yeah,"
her.
he says, "Right,
Yeah.
no way, way."
Yeah.
Um,
Your Wayne's World coded. Yeah.
And then he says, after they escaped the garbage chute, I knew you'd be fine if you landed on your butt. So here's a question I have.
She goes, hey. Doesn't like that.
Hey, right.
Hey. Yeah.
Because he's basically saying like she has a fat ass, right? That's
Well, I was gonna bring
basically
that
what
up
he's
because
saying.
this is a big cultural difference. Because in 2005, if you said someone had a big butt, that was like an insult. But now, yeah,
Well, I
now she'd be
mean,
like, oh, thank you.
right. She's like, I'm thick.
Yeah.
But like, but also like like, okay, so here's my cultural touchstone for this. J-Lo's self-titled came out in 2003. J-Lo known for backside, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think it was like I think depending
There,
on the
there,
context,
there could be some racial politics playing in play here.
that's true. And Ashley's
You know.
white. So
Yeah. So, I don't know.
he didn't
Resident Evil 4,
say
were they getting into that? Yeah.
yeah, the Resident Evil 4, the one with the ass politics.
Yeah. The problematic ass politics. The
Yeah.
PAP. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that pap.
Got that.
Yeah, I don't that's
Uh,
not good. Yeah.
but
But yeah, as you get into that, you go down the garbage chute. There's another Iron Maiden down there, and you're like, they're not responsive. They're just there, and you're like, well, that's going to be a problem. And sure enough, once you try to leave the area, it wakes up, and it is a problem.
yes, yeah. Yeah, which is kind of like the nemesis in RE3. It was just discarded.
Hmm.
Thrown the
Right,
garbage chute.
right, right. I remember when we were playing that, we're like, what was the deal with this like tyrant here that was like defeated?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess if they aren't,
etc.
yeah, if they aren't up to snuff, they just toss them. Let's get rid of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Revive later.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, creepy moment. And then the next section is a little bit of a set piece, right?
Yeah, you come to a spot where you find a large kind of dump truck, construction truck, and Ashley jumps in the driver's seat. She's like, "Leave it to me, Leon. Leave it to me, Leon," she
Right.
says.
It's like,
And
all right.
you're like, "All right, cool." So yeah, she drives the truck, and you have to fend off the ganados. This is kind of a
Right.
repeat of the minecart section that we had last time,
Right. Right.
but
Minecart, but if on truck.
if on truck, yeah, the minecart's
Right.
better.
Right.
Minecart's
Right.
more fun.
Because you're in the truck bed and you're taking out the ganados that are in pursuit. Uh,
Yes, yeah,
which
yeah.
is
It's not.
fun. I liked it, but also it's like this game is already repeating more iconic sections.
I would agree with that because yeah, it's cool, but it's as far as the kind of protecting a moving vehicle that you're already on. I think a minecart's a little bit better because you have to run
Agreed.
back and forth in minecart. There's the whole challenge of minecarts. There's people in front of you and behind you, and this they're all just kind of in front of you.
Agreed. Agreed. And I think that so I struggled in this section insofar as there's a moment where you need to shoot, right? You have to turn around 180 degrees and you have to shoot an oncoming truck, right?
That's
Um,
yeah, that is one part.
and I think I was just like, I think I started doing something else because I thought I was fine. I don't know why. But
Yeah,
then I definitely got the
yeah,
truck
blown
hit us
up.
head on and we got blown up. And I was like,
Oh
why would I think this is a good time to like maybe check my phone?
yeah, like, all
It's
right, I'm
like,
gonna make some notes. Yeah,
yeah, I was like, hold on, it's fine.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. But yeah, cool little section, and then eventually you get to a part where you need to open the door as Leon. And it's another kind of protect Ashley section. So she's still in the truck. You need to uh, snipe or shoot the ganados coming to get her as you open up two different locks to open the door to move forward.
Yeah. 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 And I think that we get a an interlude after this that recenters Sadler.
Yeah, you're on the Sadler again.
Right.
Uh, as
Right.
I said, I keep typing Salazar instead of Sadler.
Right. It took me a second. I was like, we run into Sadler.
Yeah, good catch. But
Yeah. Yeah.
no, after the truck sequence, we run to Sadler again, and he is able to use the Plagas in our body because he's like kind of the head Plagas guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
Local HPG for those in
oh,
the
okay.
know.
I was gonna say the CPO, the Chief Plagas Officer,
Oh, oh, I
also
like
known as yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's able to manipulate them to cause Leon excruciating pain, and then hypnotize Ashley to have her just kind of walk away like a zombie to
So
him. So you're
I have
separated from Ashley once again.
so I have a lot of questions about this because he's basically using Plagas as like a kind of almost like psychic musculoskeletal mind control, right? Like
Yeah.
he can make people do things.
Hmm.
But then why I two questions. One, why didn't he do this earlier? And two, why didn't he just kill Leon here?
Well, the Plagas have to mature enough for him to take control.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
And
I'll buy that.
he wants Leon. Not sexually, but
I mean,
he wants
maybe.
maybe at some point, but he wants Leon to be a second command. He says that later.
Wait, he does? Did I miss
Yeah.
that? Oh,
So
wow.
he's still we talked about this with, like Mendez, like why don't they just kill Leon right away? And it's like,
Right, right.
well, they want to wait till the
It's
Plaga is fully
matured.
mature for Leon so they can have full control over him because
So that I
Leon's
get.
like the best soldier ever. So yeah.
Right, but also at this point, right, he's got to be thinking like, okay, this guy made it through the village, he made it through the castle. At what point are they like, actually, he shouldn't be second in command. We just need to kill him.
Well, that's why he's a bad guy. He thinks he underestimates Leon. He thinks he's always gonna be better than Leon, so he has nothing to fear.
I mean, that makes
No?
sense. No, that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
just like
I know. I like that
I just
story. I like the story. I'm gonna defend it.
I I just sometimes want villains to be practical. It's like just fucking kill them. right?
But
Like
they
it's
would
like
be villains.
just
Well, I guess
but
they would be villains. Yeah,
right, yeah. It's
if
just
you
like,
kill someone, you're a villain. But it's not interesting of a story if you just killed the
I
onion.
know. It's just like sometimes it's just like I feel like, and
It's like
maybe
join us for Resident
because
Evil 5, where you play as Sadler.
I mean that would be kind of cool, right?
That would be kind of cool.
It would have been a better Resident Evil 5 than the one we got.
More to come. Yeah,
Ouch. Yeah.
we'll see.
No, I get that. Yeah. Um right. So now we get a bunch of like exposition here after the scene.
Yeah. There's a few different there's some memos and then there's some cutscenes as well. So you do find the R plan memo, which this is more just why I write this down.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's more breaking news. He's just reminding everyone. So we lost Batoris Mendez, we lost Ramon, but everything's gonna proceed according to plan. The loss of my loyal men is a bit disheartening, he says. So it's supposed to be Sadler writing it.
Hmm.
Uh, Replacing that loss will not come easy. I must choose wisely, for the Plaga reflects the conscience of their hosts. If chosen poorly, they could betray me. I learned my lesson when Sarah betrayed me. I will not make the same mistake again. In this important hour, I cannot and will not have anyone stand in my way.
And I find the placement of this memo hilarious because in my mind, right, you are exiting, the previous area with the truck stuff. You're in kind of like a stone altar location where Ashley gets kidnapped again and Leon gets kind of paralyzed. And so
Yeah.
in my mind, right, you find this memo in that location, but in my mind, Sadler's like writing it after he knocks Leon unconscious. He's just like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just tell everybody what I've been up to.
Yeah. He's gonna
It's
put it
like,
on his vision board.
yeah, it's like he wants to be blogging, but the technology's not there
Yeah,
yet.
it's not there yet. Yeah. This is his journal.
Right. Yeah. He's like, well, I'll just leave this here. So, yeah, I guess if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, you know. But the next scene we have a scene with Krauser and Ada.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember this part?
I do. Well, and I guess in my kind of mental headcanon for this game, which is really, I guess, another way of saying memory, I forgot how in cahoots Krauser and Ada were, at least in the beginning. I kind of
Yeah,
didn't remember that.
they're both working for Wesker.
Right. And so
But
I think
Krauser's a double agent because he's working for Wesker and for Sadler, the Los
right.
Eliminados.
Right. And I guess Ada's a double agent too, because she's working for Wesker and mostly herself.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Does that count
It's
if
like
you're
a
working
one
for
in
yourself? A
it's like a
1.5 agent.
1.5 agent. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah. And so I think I'm thinking about this in terms of mostly the remake, which I think accentuates Wesker's role. We'll talk about that later, but
Yeah.
um the amount that Wesker's operating in the background to put Krauser and Ada together, who clearly don't trust each other or like each other, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, they flat out say that to each other. And
Yeah.
then Ada says to Krauser, I met Wesker long before you did. And then Krauser says, we'll see soon enough if you did, which doesn't make any sense
Right.
because,
He's
yeah.
like, it doesn't dispute the truth or the
Yeah, it's like,
facts.
well, yeah, it's one of you met him first. Like, what made more sense of Ada was like, I know Wesker better than you did.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But I also think her kind of claim is weak. She's like, we were friends first. And it's like,
yeah,
who cares? It's like this is like bioterrorism. It's not like middle
yeah.
school.
It's not, this, yeah, it's not high school drama. Yeah,
Right. It's like you're like, are you ready to unleash the bioweapon? It's like I knew this guy first. It's like,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
I had dibs on Michelle, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
So it's a little awkward, but I get it.
yeah. But you run into Krauser. That's a cutscene where it's Leon's not observing it, so it just kind of forced the player. But then later, as Leon, you run into Krauser, and you have like a little QTE knife fight.
Yeah, and I like this scene. I'm
I do
pretty
too.
favorable toward it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the good part of QT where it's playing it's playing the cutscene, but you have to keep your hands on the controller and pay attention because you could do a QT at any second to dodge the knife or counter strike against
Right.
Krauser.
Right. And they give it like enough kind of build up. You get a couple minutes of exposition where, Krauser says to Leon, they told you I died 2 years ago in the crash, right? So this is, we've seen Krauser for a while now. Leon has not. And so
Yeah,
there's a bit of yeah, kind of dramatic storytelling here, right? Where they're talking and Krauser's basically giving his version of a mustache twirling monologue while knife fighting Leon, which
all
is
night fighting. Yeah,
yeah, which is like, absurd and fun and
yeah,
especially because he's such an 80s villain, as we've said before, with his beret and scar and kind of blonde crew cut
yeah.
situation.
His big,
So
yeah, his big knife, his big jungle knife
right, yeah,
looking thing. Yeah,
very direct to video guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of it conveys that Krauser and Leon have a history together. They're comrades at some point, and Leon obviously thought that Krauser had died, but that's not the case. Went to the
Right.
dark side instead,
Right. He
or the
says,
darker side.
yeah, enough talk. Die, comrade. Which is
Die,
like,
comrade.
it's like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then as you can you find you some more explanation of what's going on? He says that he did kidnap Ashley. He did to earn Sadler's trust.
Yep.
Yep. And then at one
Yep.
point it says, it was all for Umbrella's sake. And Leon's like, what? And he goes, oh, I almost let slip. And it's like, well, you kind of you kind of did let
You
slip.
did let it
Honestly,
slip.
yeah.
Yeah. But so we'll talk about this more in the final Krauser fight, but this part's confusing to me because I kind of I don't know what he's alluding to, and I feel like Capcom kind of just it's kind of backtracking on their decision to take out Umbrella.
Yeah, I think they're leaving the door open a little
Right.
bit.
Which feels
Yeah.
a little cowardly to me, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it says all for Umbrella's sake. Oh, almost let slip.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
I can't I don't want to say anything about that customer's secret illegal account.
can you imagine
Oh
like
crap.
be
I should have said it was a customer. Oh crap. I should have said it was a secret. Oh crap. I certainly should have said it was illegal.
Is this a Simpsons thing?
That's a Simpsons reference for this
Okay.
episode. So
All
yeah, you
right. All
clocked it.
right. I
Yeah,
like
you
it.
clocked it.
I like it. Yeah. Can you imagine like being in this like very physical situation where you're like, I'm knife fighting someone to the death, and you're like, oops, I almost let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Almost misspoke. Yeah. It was
Yeah. Ooh, never
a little too
mind.
hasty. A little too hasty there. So yeah.
Yeah, especially for somebody who's like such a cool customer like
Yeah.
Krauser, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't Krauser maybe sound like kind of a dip?
Um, yeah, a little bit. He's not.
That's probably not
He's a
sensitive.
yeah,
That's pro
musclehead, meathead type of guy.
yeah, yeah, it probably
Mhm.
sounds like that's the anti-German comment.
Well, he says multiple times he's American. He might be a German American, but he's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah,
So by my recollection, Krauser is about to right um force his knife. He's on top of Leon. He's about to force his knife into Leon's neck.
yeah. Then Ada, an expert shot, she like shoots to distract both of you and distract him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's cornered by Ada, and yeah he backs down, leaves you.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
He
Yeah.
lives
I
to fight
even
another day.
I even think he throws a smoke bomb and leaves, right?
Yeah, he does a classic smoke bomb and backflip off into the distance.
Right. I was gonna say a classic in a reference only you would get, and maybe this other person who I'll name, a classic Nicholas Martel.
A classic Nicholas Martel. He was a classic NM.
Right. Do you
Yeah.
remember the reason I'm saying that? That when I had that party that was like, gosh, when was that? That was like maybe 2010,
Yeah.
2011. That Nicholas Martel, our friend at the time, threw a smoke bomb in the bathroom, and then everybody
Not
got really
anymore.
annoyed. They're like, why did your friend throw a smoke bomb in the bathroom? Now we can't go in there and use the bathroom. I was like, I don't know. You
You're
thought it
like,
was
I know
funny?
the answer. I have an answer for you.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, Krauser pulled a Nicholas Martel.
Yeah, he threw it in the bathroom and ran off.
And then nobody could go in there.
And he was like, God damn it, I have to go. Yeah, but the next major part is you get a radio again from Sadler,
Oh
and
yeah.
he tells you that you're gonna have to fight it. It
Yep.
is coming. Yeah, they
It.
can't think of a name for
Right.
this guy.
And then Leon says, Pennywise?
Yeah. Are you talking about the classic made-for-TV movie or the
Right.
subsequent two-part film based on the
Right.
made-for-TV movie,
Right.
all based
And
on the
he's
Stephen King novel?
right. And then they made Welcome to Derry, and then nobody watched it. And then
Yeah, I watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. So
Yeah, it was bad.
so yeah, you'll have to fight it. And then
But
if I
not Penny.
recall,
It's not Pennywise.
it's
It's
not
something else. Yeah.
Pennywise. Yeah. As I recall correctly, uh Leon as I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's like kind of an ageist comment. He refers to Sadler as having a senior moment.
Yeah, he's like implying that he can't remember what the monster's name was called. So it's like, oh, it? What, you having a senior moment? And Sadler laughs. Sadler, I kind of like the performance here. Sadler seems genuinely
Yeah.
like entertained by Leon. Like he seems to like Leon. He seems,
Hmm.
yeah, tickled by him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It also just like that seems like such a early mid 2000s thing to say. Like,
yeah, it's very Leon. Very
are you
Leon.
having a senior moment? It's like, what
Oh,
the
that
hell?
senior moment. Yeah.
Right. Also, like Sadler in this game, how old do you think Sadler's supposed to be?
It's 48.
I was gonna say 50. It's
Oh,
like
okay. I'm pretty
that's like
close.
not
Yeah.
even that old.
Not that old. But he's got Las Plagas in him. So that
Are
might
you saying
age you.
that ages him? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I guess if you open your mouth and there's a giant eyeball, you're probably gonna look aged.
Yeah, he'll age into like a eldritch being soon. So he's maybe a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
monster years, he's older than 48. So
That's right. Right. We have dog
yeah,
years and we have
dog
monster
years and
years.
monster years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one
Yeah.
human year is uh, but yeah, and then you fight it, which what do you think about this? It's just kind of a
S-
big thing. I see why they call it it. I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah,
a
don't
bug type of guy.
did I make this up? Uh don't they call it like isn't it doesn't it go by like L4 or something? Did I make that up?
L4? There's U3 on my
U3, U3.
yeah,
Yeah.
it says capital U3 on the game facts guide I'm using. But where does that
Yeah, but I don't know where that comes from. Sorry,
yeah, what
not
the hell?
L4. But like yeah, it has like a
You're
weird
thinking of your the disc in your back. Yeah.
right, right. I'm thinking of
L4
lumbar
yeah.
vertebrae 4. No, yeah, this is weird. I don't
That's like a good back joke.
hey,
Hey.
yeah, I don't understand where U3 comes from. So I will say this. I don't love this boss fight, but the
I
design
don't
is
either.
gnarly. It's gnarly. It's gross.
It's gross. It looks like an evil. I mean, Jabba the Hutt's evil, but it looks like a less cartoonish Jabba the Hutt. Like if Jabba the Hutt was real, you'd be like, "Holy fuck, that thing's terrifying!"
Right.
Like this
Right.
giant
Yeah.
horrible slug creature
It's like a
with
slug
claws and a big mouth.
scorpion human hybrid. And I thought that the first part of the game, right? So you're in an area that's like I don't know how to describe it because I don't know if it exists in real life. It's like suspended freight cars.
Typically it's not suspended, but yeah, it feels like a bunch of like yeah, like freight cars, like box
But
cars shoved together.
right, but they're suspended over a ravine, which doesn't make any
It
sense
doesn't
to
make a lot of
me.
sense. Yeah, why you would do that?
Right. And so in the first part of the fight, you have to find ways to shoot out various controls for each freight car, and that drops the section of the freight car. So you're on a timer and you have to shoot those sections out and then flee, right, to kind of drop the section of the suspended platform that U3 is in. And
Yeah.
obviously, every time you do it, U3 manages to continue with you. And so I found it like a both a welcome change of pace, but also a little gimmicky and weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. I usually forget about this boss fight and
Yeah.
then on replays, and then when it happens, I'm not particularly looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because
Yeah.
there's one
I
where
get that.
you don't really have, you don't really have to fight him right away. You just want to run away and
Right.
drop the box cars.
Right. And it's very it's not puzzly enough to be interesting from a puzzle standpoint, and it's not boss fight enough to be interesting from a boss standpoint.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
it's not a puzzle boss, but
no, it's like
it's not a
shoot the
combat
glowing
boss.
red thing and then run
Yeah,
away. Um, and yeah, I will say, the second half, right? Like, so you end up dropping all the cars, and then you have to jump to off the final car to the edge of the cliff, right, that you're on, climb up, and then of course U3 survives and climbs up like kind of bug style the side of the ravine, and you have to fight U3 head on. I thought that the part that was disturbing to me was like at this point in the boss fight, the main part, the humanoid part is dead, right? And it's almost like a torso that's like
yeah,
dropped to the side, but the parasite's controlling the monster, which is still alive. I found that very disturbing.
yeah. It kind of like kind of gets more dehumanized as the fight goes on.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it burrows in the
John,
ground.
yeah, it's like John Carpenter's The Thing if like the human part was just being dragged by the alien,
Yeah.
which is disturbing.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of a cool fight, but I never yeah, like I said, I usually forget about it. Then what happens is like, oh yeah, this part, and it's not I don't look forward to it. Or
Agreed.
yeah, I think it's one of the weaker boss fights in the game, even though it's a
Agreed.
cool design.
Yeah, I think similarly, when I realize it's gonna happen, which happens when Krauser's like, "You're going to fight it," I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then it happens, and I
Oh
was like,
boy.
"Oh yeah," and then I'm like, "Let's finish this fucking game. I'm ready to be done."
Yeah.
You
Over
know?
it.
Yeah. I mean, I like this game, but I'm just like at this point, I'm like, I'm kind of crossing things off the list a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So once you defeat it and get all of your rewards, you go into the next there's another kind of set piece area that's a Mission Impossible style laser hallway. So Leon has to do kind of gymnastics to avoid the lasers. Feels very 90s. Feels very
Yeah, and
Japan.
undoubtedly influenced by the RE movie.
Yeah, they just in the Resident Evil movie. Yeah. It
Right, but I don't
kind
understand
of
why
be a
this is
nod to that.
here in the game. It doesn't really make sense for where we're going.
It really doesn't, yeah. Just to kind of break it up and give you something new to do. But
Right, because we're headed
yeah.
into like some ruins area, and it's like, do you want to do a laser hallway? And it's
Yeah,
like,
like a weird sci-fi hallway in between. Yeah.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But definitely 90s, 2000s feels very Mission Impossible, right? Which
Yep.
I think, i.e. the De Palma one, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Not that I think people are going to come at us and be like, "Do you mean like
Rogue.
yeah,
What is it
Rogue
called?
Nation?"
Rogue Nation, yeah. I was like Ghost Recon. I was like, that's not right. That's
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
What do
Mission
you
Impossible Ghost Recon.
what do you think of that series?
Mission Impossible. I don't
Yeah.
know if I've seen any of them, honestly.
Really?
Or if I have, it's been like a long time. I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, they made zero impact if I have seen any of them.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it's one of those I've thought about, like, maybe we should sit down and watch all these one day, and I just never do.
I think that I don't know. I think that I liked it when it was so it's nuts at that franchise as a movie, right? Excluding the TV parts, which are kind of maybe sacrilegious, but like
Hmm.
a 30-year franchise with a single star that's somehow kind of flown under the radar. And I think for a while they changed the directors for
Yeah.
each, which was interesting. So you have a very like De Palma Mission Impossible, and then you have a John Woo Mission Impossible, and you
Yeah, I
have
remember the
J.J.
John Woo one.
Abrams Mission Impossible, and then Christopher McQuarrie took over and did like the last four, and then they kind of increasingly decreased in quality.
Hmm.
But there were some great set pieces. I'll say
Okay.
that. Um, it's popcorny,
Yeah.
but yeah. So hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyway,
He does as Leon. Leon's our Tom Cruise. And
kinda, yeah, pretty much. He's got the run
he yeah, he's got the run, he's got the leaping through lasers ability.
and the Scientology.
And the Scientologist. Yeah, Leon the Scientologist. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, then you're in the next big section, which is the extended Krauser fight. I think this is cool. I like this.
I I like parts of it, but parts of
It's
it
different.
really annoy me.
Yeah.
It's a very like this part of the game feels like a third act addition, right? They're like, how do we differentiate? And they're like, have a hand-to-hand fight with Krauser in some Indiana Jones ass ruins. And it's like it feels weird
Yeah, it
to
doesn't
me.
really fit with the aesthetic of the rest of this section as much.
Yeah,
But
it does offer a change of pace in terms of boss fight, and I think from a
mhm.
mechanical perspective, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, maybe that's what I like about it. Just kind of, again, this game we've been going probably 15 hours at this point, so it's a long game
Well,
for being all
I
action.
I was at 22
Yeah,
hours.
well, even more so. Yeah, it's a long game for an action game. So I appreciate that's trying to give us new stuff to do and new,
Yes, yes.
yeah, new gameplay styles. Because yeah, there's a couple different parts of it. You'll in classic Resident Evil fashion, you need three doodads to open the door, and Krauser
Yeah.
like just tells you this right away. You're like, "Where's Ashley?" He's like, "Do you really want to know?" You're like, Yeah. He's like, "Okay, I'll tell you, but you gotta get three jiggly boo boos to open the door."
This is
And I
like
got one of them.
it's like if you took Resident Evil's ethos about puzzles and then made it like Legends of the Hidden Temple is what this
Yeah.
section is,
You
right?
need to
He's
find
like, yeah, yeah,
you need to
like
put
run
the
past
little
the
statue together.
Olmec, right? Yeah, it's just like, and he just fucking tells you. So I guess I will say that this sequence doesn't make sense to me in the game, but I did enjoy it. Um, it's nuts to me though that you have to do a push puzzle while you're fighting somebody who's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like,
You have to stop and do
what?
some
This
block
makes
push
no
up.
sense. I literally have to push fucking crates to like open a
Yeah.
door,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, Krauser, he's keeping you on your toes.
He is. He wants to bring order to this insane world.
Yeah, he admits again to being on Umbrella's side, and that's why. And classic, that's a classic villain, generic villain type of thing. It's like we need order in the world.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't offer us a real plan for that.
Yeah, he's kind of putting a lot of trust into the craziest guy, the craziest
That's
people you
true.
know, Sadler and Umbrella.
That's true.
He's like,
I
these
kind
guys
of
seem to really have it figured out.
This is going to be like kind of a quote unquote controversial statement. I feel like Krauser's like a Democratic candidate.
He's like an abundance Democrat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
he's like,
like
just trust the process, man.
right, yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I want to bring order to this crazy
yeah.
world. He's like, he's
What are
like
we gonna
all
do?
pet
Not have landlords?
right. He's like all
Yeah.
pepper in. He's like, I'm gonna call you comrade, which I want to just like slow down here for this.
Oh, yeah. He does call you comrade, which
Why
is
does so he's coded as an 80s action villain. So
hmm.
why is he calling you comrade? Like, is it a sardonic, like he's like, I'm anti-communist, but
I
I'm
think the actual answer is there was like 70s and 80s and 90s like anti-communist movies where the bad
yeah.
guy called his friends comrade. And,
Oh,
Capcom, they would watch that, but they didn't quite have the cultural context that an American would have for that because they
right.
were like, I mean, obviously they were like, you know, a capitalist country, but they weren't as like
Yeah.
involved in like the Cold War as like
Right,
the
right,
USSR
right,
and the US was.
right. They weren't like we want to skull
Yeah.
fuck the Russians.
Yeah. So I feel like
Right.
Comrade was maybe just like whoever was writing the English version of this game was just like, oh, that's what bad guys say to each other in American action movies. They call each other comrades. And it's not political beyond just he's a
Yeah.
bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
That's
like,
my earnest answer to that.
I
But
think that's a great answer. I think that makes a lot of sense because I was like, what does it mean that I was like, is he actually like communist? And then they're
yeah,
like,
he
I'm like,
he
no,
might
he's
he
not
might also be a
communist.
communist. Yeah,
Yeah, right, right. I'm like, he's not a communist. He's
he's in the
clearly
CCP.
like,
Yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He's working with that ganado who's got the
yeah,
beret and the bullets, right? He's like, we are actually fomenting communist revolution here,
yeah. He's with
right?
what was Kill? Which Kim was in charge in 2005?
I
Kim
do
Il
think it was
Sung,
Kim Jong Un,
Kim Jong Un. Yeah,
right?
he's Juche. That's how you say it. The North Korean
What?
Communist Party,
Oh,
Juche.
I'm not sure. I don't even know. Guess I'm
Yeah.
not a real communist. Um, side note, this is not great. I think maybe when I was younger, I was like more edgy or trying to be more edgy. So I dressed up as Kim Jong Un for Halloween, and I thought it was really funny.
I think it's kind of
And
funny.
yeah,
Maybe a
and
little,
then
maybe a little problematic, but
right, it's like this
yeah,
person commits human rights violations. It's like not that funny.
yeah.
But I just like kind of had the sunglasses, and then my mom dressed as like a clown. She's dressed as like just a clown in pajamas with like a rainbow afro wig, and I have a picture of me as Kim Jong Un and like an Asian clown with an afro
That was
wig, and
baffling.
it's just like,
Halloween
what the fuck
costume
is
also.
this? Yeah, it's like, oh, this is not good. This doesn't hold up.
Uh,
Yeah,
although now that you say that, don't take this the wrong way. Your mom would make a bad Kim Jong Un.
she wouldn't.
Yeah, he's kind of
She's kind of funny.
yeah. Your hair up and
Um,
yeah.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
There is a Korean restaurant here called Juche,
Hmm.
and I went to their website and there's like a big disclaimer. They're like, we're not a North Korean communist restaurant.
But
We don't like
why did they call themselves that?
well, Juche is like a Korean term for it's like a larger Korean term than just
Okay.
the yeah,
Okay.
than just
All right.
the name of the party. So yeah, they kind of appropriate it, you could say.
That's
So
fair. Yeah.
but I think it
Yeah.
was funny because I wanted to go when I thought it was like I was like, oh, this is like a kitschy like
Yeah.
North Korean themed restaurant where they're gonna have like pictures of like Kim's on the wall and like anti-American propaganda. I was like, we should go. And then I saw that. I was like, I don't want to
You're
go
like,
anymore.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
If it's just a normal restaurant, I don't care. But
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, this is like a niche dining experience.
yeah, we did have the
Yeah.
Mayday Cafe. That was like a Soviet themed cafe here for a while.
Oh,
That was
that's
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. It was
Yeah.
all like the Soviet art on the walls and stuff, like the kind of retro futurism
Oh,
motifs.
that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Also, Korean food's really good.
Korean food is good. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. But
Yeah. You know who doesn't? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Mike and the Jaffa.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got more Krauser to do. How did we get in Korea? Oh,
Because
because he's a
he was saying
communist.
comrade. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We were debating
yeah.
if which communist he was. If was he is he
Right.
Cuban? Is he
North Korean.
is he in Vietnam?
Right.
Yeah.
What did you
Is he with
think
those
of
other
his?
guys, the Thomas Sankara Pan-Africanist type of guys?
I thought you were gonna say Thomas Edison for some reason.
Thomas
Like
Edison?
he was not a communist.
No, he was not. Krauser does look like
Thomas Edison.
somebody who would have fought against the Pan-Africanist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he would have been like,
Absolutely.
yeah, he would have been like fighting for like South Africa or something like that. They should have done that. They should have made him South African.
Right.
Then he
Yeah.
would have really
Yeah.
been evil. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
They made him the next. They made him the next most evil thing, an American. But
yeah. Yeah. What did you think of Krauser's like arm situation?
yeah, so it's a multi-phase fight. So after you get the first two kind of fighting through Krauser and solving puzzles area, and you get the first two little doodads. I literally don't remember what they're called. What are
Yeah.
they? They're like plates or something?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
They even they stopped caring. There was like, just get the three fucking things. I don't know.
Right,
Can't be
right.
bothered to tell you what they are. But he has the last one, so you have to kill him, and he turns to a crazy monster in Resident Evil tradition.
But he retains more of his humanity than others. Like he just has like his right arm turns
Yeah.
into this giant like bladed.
He gets
It
like a
feels
big
very anime to
wing,
me.
like a wing claw almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a giant like razor edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
where his
witness the
forearm is.
power. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does say that.
Yeah. And you can use it as a weapon or a shield.
Which
Yeah.
is, I guess, kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's
It's like
kind
the most functional mutation, right? Like Salazar and Mendez turned into giant monsters. It's like you can't really go turn back from that.
yeah.
Krauser, like you could maybe
He could still drive a car. He'd have to like stick an arm out the window, but he could still drive a car.
right, like you could
Yeah.
order a beer and people would be like, "What's up with that?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it," you know.
Yeah. Yeah. He could still, yeah. He could hide it.
Yeah. As a side point, I just want to say that your imitation of Ramon Salazar from last week has been living in my head rent
Oh.
free, and I will reference it
But he
like
goes,
verbally
jacking the
often.
line.
Yeah, I'll turn to Nikki and say, "I'm jacking the line," and she's
Jacking
like,
the
"What the
line.
fuck?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I'm jacking the line," and I'm just like, I think it's so funny.
It's great. And then I noticed I watched all the cutscenes for this section in preparation for this to remind me of what happened in the story. Because I feel like it's a part that I have the hardest time
Yeah.
remembering. It's like what order the story happens in. But at the very end, Hunnigan, she's like, "Oh, it's so nice to have the line unjacked." Like she makes like a joke about that. She makes a reference to it. So
It's such a like funny and highly specific like
yeah, it's like she was like
in-game
listening in the
reference.
whole time. Yeah, to everything.
She's like, "You're jacking the line? Well, it's unjacked
It's
now."
unjacked now. Yeah, so it's unjacked
Also,
city, baby.
yeah,
I've never seen the movie.
that sounds like weirdly anti-black, right?
Oh.
Like New Jack City
Yeah,
with
I was trying to make like an
Mario Van Peebles.
anti-porn. Okay, I was trying to go deeper,
Oh,
make an
okay.
anti-porn New Jack City of
I
unjack
see.
city.
I see.
So you can't
Got
jack
it.
off here. Yeah,
Got
we're
it.
Swerve. It's Swerve City, baby.
Yeah, you're like unjack City. You're like
Unjack City.
anti-Mario Peebles.
Yeah.
You're like,
No
fuck that
jerking it.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounded like you said jork in it.
I did say jorking it.
I know. It just sounded like it, which
Oh,
is like jerking in jorts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jerking jorts. Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that? It's very
Uh,
uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Anyway, so one thing I'll say about this final fight against Krauser is
Yes.
that he sets a timer, right? He sets a timer for 3 minutes, and you have to defeat him in 3 minutes because his timer is like, I'm going to blow up this entire facility, this entire ruins area that we're fighting in. And if you don't get the object that you need in 3 minutes, everything will be annihilated. And I struggled with that. This fight, I took my sweet time and I lost to him a number of times before
It's
I
tough.
succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah. He is more a fun tip. If you can stun him, he's more vulnerable to the knife.
I
So
didn't
that
use the
was my
knife.
strategy was
Yeah,
stun him and then knife him because yeah he takes like I don't know the quite the he takes more damage to the knife than any other enemy. So
that's fascinating because had a
yeah,
pretty
well
upgraded
you
shotgun at this point.
live
I
by
had a
the
pretty
knife, you die by
upgraded,
the knife.
yeah, yeah, I guess. Um, I also find it funny that when you do kill him, he just kind of falls over and that's it.
Yeah, it just kind of falls over. So I think this was more in the remake. They another thing that they kind of got felt like they meant here, but they got across clear in the remake. Like he's doing like suicide by Leon here.
Interesting. I didn't read that. Let's say
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, well, just kind of he's like, oh, I'm searching for someone who can like he's this great warrior soldier guy, and he's like tortured by his past, and he wants to die in battle. That's kind of like the it's like a samurai thing almost for
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
impression I got.
It's like a Pete Hegseth thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Pete Hazgett would be too cowardly to do
Right,
it.
right.
To do what Krauser did
And he would
and
die
get killed by Leon.
immediately.
Yeah,
Right, immediately. Right, like you would
yeah.
yeah.
Pete
Yeah.
Hazgett
No,
would be
okay.
fucking Nick Offerman in Civil War hiding on his desk. Yeah.
That
You
scene
see that
was
movie? We
really,
talked about
I
that movie.
did. I fucking hated
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, it sucked. Except I did kind of like the last like 10 minutes, but
Like with fucking
mostly I thought it sucked.
spoilers for Civil War,
Spoilers for
with
Civil War,
with
yeah.
Kirsten Dunst just being fucking killed like nobody's business in the end.
Yeah, but I didn't care about Kirsten Dunst, so that
She
was
was like
pretty that was pretty stupid, yeah. They're like,
she
well,
was
we
like
can
the
only have
main
one
character in the
female.
movie.
We can only have one female photographer
Right,
in
right.
this country, so
I think I will say I think part of what bothered me about that movie was it's always the case, but I think especially at the time, right? Like thinking about the role of journalism, especially
yeah.
in like Gaza and Palestine, it was like journalists are opportunists and they don't give a fuck. They'll photograph or report on anything to get a story. And I was like, I think this feels really weird and gross at this time.
Yeah, it was weird that that was like that was the point of the movie, but it's like, well, that's good actually, that the journalists have
Right,
no moral sort of
right,
convictions, and yeah, that's probably not
right.
true of many. Well,
Yeah,
it's true or not true of different journalists depending on the person's like
right. But
being a
I was
journalist
like,
doesn't automatically make you like a great person. So
yeah, and I think like maybe at a time, and maybe there are always times like this, but at a time where like I was like, journalists are being like assassinated politically, like left and right. And it's like you're like journalists are like cynical pieces of shit who will like photograph a sitting president being executed and have no qualms
oh,
about it.
interesting. Okay. See, I kind of took the opposite. I kind of took that it was saying that journalists are so awesome. We love journalists because they are amoral and just document things and
Oh,
have a moral sort of stance. But then the corollary to that is that yes, many journalists are being executed, but then there's other journalists who are like carrying water for the people that are executing the journalists. You
right,
know what I mean? Yeah.
right. And I think like so I generally like Alex Garland's work, but I don't like it when it's overtly political.
Well, and what was this? It was like it was this weird like radical centrism of politics.
Right, right.
Like I
And
didn't
I
know who
think
I was. I didn't have any sense of who's right or wrong, and like
right. It
I
was just
get that
like
maybe that was his point, but it's like, well, no
right. It was
one.
like
What are
the
they fighting about? Like,
it was like
I don't
Texas and
understand.
California came together to form an alliance. It's like that makes no fucking sense.
I'm open to it making sense, but like, tell me what's happening.
Right.
Like, is it
Right.
yeah? Like, why?
Yeah. I have a
What's
this is like
yeah? What's the
this
conflict? Yeah,
this is one of my big pet peeves with movies that or media that engage geopolitics but don't explain it. It's just like I'm willing to engage that, but you have to tell me why it makes sense.
yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, I'm like, I don't understand, right? Like, did you see Project Hail Mary?
No, I haven't.
So, both in the book and the movie, non-spoilers, but nations on the Earth unite to like confront this galactic kind of existential threat. And it's like,
Yeah, like a
I kind
classic
of, I
sci-fi
kind
trope.
of, yeah, I kind of need to know how this works geopolitically. I can respect that it's not the story that the author was trying to tell, but also the author's like, I don't do politics in my work. And I'm like, well, fuck you. Like,
That's lame. Yeah,
that's annoying.
yeah.
Like, what do
My
you
work's
mean?
boring. Yeah.
Right. He's like, Russia, China, and the US all work together to figure this out. And it's like, you're telling me that beyond what the 20 pages you devoted to it, like, that's not an issue? Like, come on.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you this is I'm not recommending this because it's like 3,000 pages, but do you fuck with
Yeah.
three body problem at all and remembrance of
I've
Earth past?
heard good things and I would. Um,
It's a
I've
big
heard it's
commitment.
good. I've heard
Yeah.
it's good. I've heard that the
I like it
Netflix
because it's not.
adaptation was not good.
I heard that too. The books I like because they're not like that. Like the
Good.
part of the concept of the book is like, oh, we need to unite against alien threat. And everybody's like, no, we're not doing that because we can't.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the difficulties of doing that and the way different societies respond to the threat. And it's kind of like a somewhat veiled metaphor for like global warming, but like a
Nice.
looming disaster.
Yeah,
But then at
that's
some point it
cool.
switches to just being like an actual alien invasion too. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
interesting. It's a book that has a political point of view that I think is interesting, but I don't agree with. So yeah, as opposed
yeah.
to Civil War, which had a point, it had political, was political in a way that I did not think was interesting, and also didn't agree with. So yeah,
Yeah, it was like it was so
his politics were
ambivalent.
like war is bad.
Right. It was
Yeah,
like,
our divisions divide us was its politics. And it's like okay,
which feels like the most centrist lib thing ever, right?
yeah, it was a very
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, I
thumbs
remember
down.
like I remember I went into that movie being like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then I texted you after I got out and I was like, I fucking hated this, and I did.
Yeah, I liked it less than I thought I would, honestly.
I
But
didn't even
yeah,
bother with Warfare, which I also heard similar things about. It's like, is this
is that another one of his
Yeah,
of
he
Garland?
co-directed
Oh,
it with a Iraq War vet, and it's like it's kind of Hurt Locker-y. It's from what I understand, it's like it's about a mission in the Iraq War, and people are kind of unclear on like this is really it's really unclear about like how this film understands American occupation and invasion, if it even understands that at
yeah,
all.
yeah. Seems
It's,
like something I would like.
no,
Yeah.
no, it felt very like this movie is very technically advanced with sound design and explosions, and I was like, I don't care about that.
Was it the what people call it, the shoot and cry, where it's
I'm
like
not familiar with that.
it's it's like the idea, kind of like the Hurt Locker, where it's like, well, the real victims of a war are the soldiers that killed innocent people, not the innocent people that were killed. That kind of vibe. So
That's kind of what I got from it. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I don't like, but
No, it's like isn't the biggest victim the American soldier? And it's like
yeah, that's the real.
mm,
Yeah, this
yeah.
episode is specifically not dedicated to the to the American soldier. You guys suck.
Yeah, we're like Krauser, Hurt Locker,
Yeah.
Alex Garland
Boo.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where
All
were we
right,
at?
so
I
where
feel
were
like we have
we?
to back on basics.
We kill Krauser and
Kill Krauser.
we're trying to get out of this place and get Ashley and get out. That is our goal now, and it's been our goal the whole time.
Yep, and it continues on. But we talk with Sadler again. So he contacts Leanne on the radio. He says, I see you killed Krauser. How can I show my appreciation? And then yeah, Leon's kind of like, oh, I thought you guys were on the same side. He's like, no, I was gonna kill him. Do you really think I trust an American? And this is the conversation where he talks about once the Plagas have matured, he's gonna have Leon serve as his
Okay.
guard. Yeah,
Okay.
he
Okay.
wants Leon to
Yeah.
be like his right hand man. And
Do you
then
think that
Leon
was his
says,
plan from the beginning? Sorry.
I don't think so. I think it was always like, I think the plan was we're going to have the Plagas hatch in Ashley and Leon and then send them back, and then they're gonna spread the Plagas cult
Yeah.
through America. And then it
Yeah.
shifted to be like, this Leon guy rocks so much that he's just gonna be like my new second in command. Once
Right.
I have the
Right.
Plagas in him, I
Right.
can control him the same way that I was like Salazar.
It was a contingency that then became the circumstances shifted.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, Leon, he declines the job offer. He says, I have prior engagements. Yeah, more like,
Mm,
okay, Leon.
yeah. Okay.
And then I like this line too. Sadler goes, enjoy your smart mouthing. Well, you can. So that
Yeah.
smart mouth, Leon.
It makes me think that it reminds me of that scene in The Matrix where Agent Smith like erases Neo's mouth. Like he
Oh
like makes
yeah.
it just like his skin just fold over his mouth.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It is. I don't think that
Yeah.
Sadler actually has designs to do that, but it reminds me
I
of
don't think
that.
so either. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be really horrifying if
it
Leon
would
couldn't do one
be.
liners. Yeah, what would he
Right.
do?
Yeah. He'd
Yep.
be like, mm.
Oh.
Mm. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
uh, it's around this time that we're introduced to the rescue mission that Hunnigan finally called in. A helicopter, I was going to say a helicopter named Mike, a helicopter pilot named Mike starts to descend into the area with plans to extract Leon
Yeah.
from
And he's in
the
a
area.
helicopter,
Right, he is in
which
a
was
helicopter.
which was implied, but just to confirm.
Just to
He,
confirm, yeah.
he didn't just happen to be a helicopter pilot. Yeah.
Right, a helicopter pilot shows
A
up,
helicopter
but
pilot bicycled in and he's gonna
sans
help.
helicopter, right, yeah. Yeah. And so he basically clears a path for Leon and starts taking out a bunch of ganado uh before we even know his name.
Yeah, he shows up, he starts shooting, and it's kind of funny. There's like a cutscene, and then there's a scene even where one ganado thinks they're escaping, but he shoots like a giant column and it falls over and crushes them. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like slapsticky.
Yeah, it
And
is.
yeah, Leon talks to him. He says, "Name's Mike." Leon says, "Well, drinks are on me." He goes, "Yeah, no, goodbye." He's
Right.
A little Boston coded.
That's funny because I wrote in my notes, maybe he's Italian coded, and then I wrote, my name Amica, which I'm pretty sure he
Oh.
doesn't say. I don't think he says that.
Yeah, I don't know. Do Italians their name Michael go by Mike? That feels like
I think it depends.
I think it depends. Yeah.
Right.
I
He
don't know.
definitely doesn't say it like that. My name
This Mike I think
Amica.
is
Irish. Yeah, so Mike is cool and he's actually helpful. He clears areas.
he's
He
very
just
helpful.
destroys obstacles to progression. He
Yeah.
engages with Leon. He says, I know a good bar, which is really funny because like Leon's like, drinks are on me. He's like, I know a good bar. It's like, where even are you all geographically?
Oh, yeah. Like is Leon gonna I guess they're gonna meet up somewhere between Boston and
Some
Raccoon
yeah.
City.
Somewhere in the United States, they'll
Somewhere
meet
in the
up
US, yeah. They'll
and
meet
I
up,
guess,
yeah.
whatever. That's fine. That's me
Yeah.
cinema sensing this thing. But alas,
All good
it's
things
not
must come to an end.
it's not meant to be. Mike gets rocket launched.
Yeah, Mike, he gets a ganado, rocket launchers him, and his
Yep.
chopper goes down, and goodbye, Mike. I'll never forget you.
Right. We don't even know what he
Yeah.
looked like.
We really don't, yeah. This is different than remake. The horrible like bug enemies, the Novista doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Take
flying bug
take on
enemies that come
the
down. Yeah. Which I kind of like
Yeah.
that. This is kind of, I
I,
don't know, it feels a little just a rocket
impersonal.
launcher. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
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 But
So Mike is dead.
yeah, Mike's gone. Sadler contacts again to taunt us, and he compares killing Mike to like squashing a bug, squashing an insect, and then Leon takes a strong moral stance, and he says, "Insect life doesn't compare to human life," which I would agree with. I don't think it's a
Well, yeah.
particularly hot take, but Leon,
Yeah, it
he
it
makes his
also
position
like
known.
right, it also kind of works against him. It's like Sadler would be like, "That's my point."
Do you think Sadler's like a uh, hardcore like uber rationalist?
Well, I was gonna say he's certainly a human supremacist, if not post-human supremacist. Like any creature on the kind of hierarchy below humans is worthless to him.
Sadler?
Yeah.
But that's what Leon says too, though. Leon says a human life is worth more than insect life.
Well,
I
I
think the
think
Sadler views all life besides him as all equally. Like he doesn't distinguish like killing Mike from killing like a bug.
sure. And I think
Yeah,
Leon, I guess, would. But I guess how does that
disagree.
translate for, yeah, he would disagree, but how does that translate to like him killing Ganado or Novistador or anything that he's killed? Like he's like, I'm a human and the hierarchy is like, this is justified.
Uh, yeah, I don't think that's inconsistent with, yeah. Like clearly Leon thinks a human life is worth more than a ganado's life.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess otherwise we would have had a very different game where you'd be like, I understand that you're trying to kill me, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna just
We
incapacitate
be we
you.
we just be playing Undertale. After that, you meet up with Ada again, and the
Right.
Plagas, which Sadler referenced, they're taken over because Leon attacks Ada, and she has to
Yeah,
stab him with a little self-defense knife to get him to snap back into reality.
right. And I view this as like kind of a an increasing of the stakes, right? Leon is more under control of Las Plagas and is
Yeah, they don't have much
hurting.
time.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a kick in the pants, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The next section, I really like. This is kind of a creepy, more horror section again with a bunch of regenerators in sort of a prison area, including one that just kind of thrashing around in a burlap sack.
Creepy, which is very
It's very
creepy. It
creepy.
it
Yeah.
scares the hell
It's
out
like
of me.
a it's like addition where it's just the sack with
Yes, yes. I was just gonna
kind of
say,
twitching
yeah,
and so you're like, what the fuck is in there? And then you're like, oh my God. So but
yeah. Shout out
here's even
to
worse because it's a regenerator. So
yeah, Takashi
yeah.
Miki. Yeah. I will say I liked this area. I did think it was a little cheap because, at least for me, I already sold the scope.
I did the exact same thing. I was
And
like,
I was
well,
like, I thought
I
we were
got done
fucking
with
done with this shit.
regenerators.
Yeah,
So I sold it. And then yeah, it's really, really hard to kill regenerators without a
right,
scope.
right. So I
So
was just like,
I
just
eventually ended up
dumping ammo. Yeah,
yeah, I eventually ended up I forget if I reloaded a save or if I backtracked till I found a merchant and could buy it back. But yeah, I was
yeah,
pretty annoyed with myself for doing that.
yeah, yeah. So, but like a surprising kind of end of game sequence to me.
Yeah, yeah, a little
Yeah.
more horror for you because then you get back into crazy action movie land. Sadler shows up again, and you have Ashley here. You found her. You're trying to rescue her. Sadler shows up, and Ada shows up as well. She's trying to protect you from Sadler. Machine guns him a whole bunch, and he kind of like sucks the bullets up and expels them from his body. So he's like
Yeah.
super. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very like we I think at this point know Sadler's an intimidating figure, but we don't know the extent of his powers or what he can do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna find out, but yeah, it's
We'll
pretty
find.
impressive.
Oh
He's
yeah.
basically seems like he's indestructible. So Ada does block him eventually by caving in a door. So there's poor chemical storage here. They have a bunch of red barrels, which mean explosive, and they're
Yep.
all stored above a door. So Ada shoots them,
Yeah.
and the door collapses after Ashley and Leon run through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then you find the machine that can get the parasites out.
Yes, and I will say is the memo that we encounter the kind of our mission memo, is that before or after we get the parasites out?
I think that's after, because that's like right before the boss fight.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, we find the Plagas removal machine, which is like surprisingly relatively unguarded. I think we have to fight our way in there a little bit, but
Yeah.
considering the situation and the circumstance, I would think it would be a little bit more heavily guarded.
Yeah, it seems like there's a place you wanted to wait. And it's like, well, they're clearly headed here. Like,
Right,
yeah,
right,
but
right. I
no.
think the problem was that Sadler and his crew were just leaving paper memos, so people probably didn't get like the text alerts.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, we're going to
There's
the
no
castle.
there's no Ganado Amber Alert where yeah, your phone
Right,
goes off.
right. They're like, no, he's like, no, no, no. They're
Yeah, they're
like
kind of relying on
Salazar's
word of
dead.
mouth.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, no, like, did you not see my memo? And they're like, it was a
Yeah.
scrap of paper on a barrel. Like, no, we didn't see it.
I missed it, yeah.
Uh, it's like, yeah. But yeah, I thought the Plaga removal machine was kind of gnarly.
Yeah, it's implied that it's very, very painful.
Hmm.
Ashley says something to Leon like, "Oh, I didn't know if you'd make it."
Right.
Seems easy to use though. They neither of them have any trouble zapping the Plagas.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess
Yeah.
like I guess I'm glad, but it doesn't seem like a bloody affair per se.
No, it seems like just painful. I mean, I guess the um like they latch onto your nerves and your nervous system to control your movements. So that if you're zapping them, they're probably like clamping on your nerves and causing you pain.
Right. But
Yeah.
nerve pain
And
is
that's
also
how,
really intense. So,
well, yeah, exactly. That's why it's so intense for Leon. It was the
right.
same thing
But
when Sadler like made him double over in pain. He was like causing the Plagas to attack his nervous system.
right, right.
Yeah. That's
Sadler
happening
should have
again there.
he should have chose the digestive system as it's just
It's make
like
Leon gassy. Yeah.
yeah, he's like, you have stomach cramps. He's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, give me that Pepto.
Yeah. He's like, I
Yeah.
want to fart in front of Ashley. So I surrender. Yeah. Uh,
yeah, so
yeah.
so after we get the Plagas removed, Ashley and Leon alike, um, we do get the our mission memo, which spells all of it out for us.
Yeah. This is a very like in case you missed the entire game, here's what's happening type of
Right,
memo.
right. Which is, I
Yeah.
think it's really funny that in the context of the series, we've shifted from memos as being kind of world building to, not just in this game, but in other games, it's like, here's a recap of everything that's happened.
Yeah. They do this in other games too, but they usually do it in like
Yeah,
a cutscene. Yeah. Like
right,
Resident Evil 1, you talked
right,
about when you meet Wesker, you kind of like, and here is my entire plan, which if you've been paying attention this whole time, you have realized, but
right,
you just want
right.
to make sure you get it. And yeah, Zero is kind of similar. And but yeah, you find a mission called a memo called Our Mission. And I like its conception of the balance of powers in the US and the checks and balances. So
Right, yeah. Can
the
we just read it
yeah.
in full?
The real power of the United States lies in three areas: the Justice Department, the administrative bodies, and the military. Uh, not quite, but
Yeah,
not in our world at least. Maybe in President Graham's America.
right.
In order to take control of these areas, we must influence the minds of the people who advise the president. After this is done, the rest of the departments will quickly fall under our sway. If by chance the United States were to figure out our plan, the damage caused should be minimal. I don't really understand that.
No, me
We will still be
neither.
able to conquer the country as planned using our backup plan. Once we control the country, we will use the international influence to our advantage. The rest of the world will fall swiftly. This is really poorly written. As already stated, if our first plan doesn't go smoothly as expected, we'll proceed with our secondary plan. By sending in our special forces, we will infiltrate the country from within. Fear and chaos will spread through a nation like a virus. It'll only be a matter of time before the country loses its stability. At that time, when they're most vulnerable, we will strike. Rejoice, my brethren. The world shall still be cleansed. The plans seem kind of the same.
Yeah, but also the second half seems a lot less defined, where I feel like they fleshed out the first part better, and then they're like, if this
Yeah.
doesn't work, then I guess we'll just send in people and they'll make it happen. It's like, what's gonna happen? How are they gonna do that?
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to like work their way up. So like the first plan is to go right to the top and like
Right.
yeah, send Las Plagas ganados in directly to the president to take over. So I guess it's top down versus bottom up, which is better.
Bottom up for
In the
sure.
in the
Because like,
in the case of Las Plagas, though, I feel like top down might be better.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's funny that they acknowledge the fact that they're like, they try to speak to like a balance of power in the government, but then they're like, but if the president's influenced, it'll all just like collapse. It's like, well, you just kind of established that power is dispersed across what the Justice Department, administrative bodies, in the military. But they're like, but if the president is controlled, then we have it all. And it's like, well, you just said that the power is dispersed.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to have a social studies class in Resident Evil World because I don't
Right?
which one is the president in charge of?
Yeah, they don't make it clear.
I guess the
Apparently,
military. I guess he'd be in charge. The military is maybe the closest to the executive branch here
but like the
of these two.
administrative body sounds like the executive branch too, right? Like I would think that would be
Yeah, you would think that too.
like administrative, executive, maybe.
Yeah. So maybe there's no democracy.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe this
Or
is
yeah,
all
we don't have a legislative branch anymore.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also just like the move. Once we control the country, we will use their international influence to our advantage. It's like, well, I guess that's consistent with the US as a world power circa 2003, 2004, but they're just like, once we have the US, everything else is in place. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. This feels more like of the early 2000s to me, but the way it's yeah, kind of. But yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
interesting.
it's
It's
fun.
nice they laid
Yeah.
it out for us.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Like,
Yeah.
especially because we're heading into the final battle of the base game. So it's like, well, it's all on the table.
It's all on the table. We know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for the Justice Department, administrative bodies, and the military.
That's
Our
right.
proud
That's right.
tradition.
Yeah. Can you just imagine like in a cutscene, like Leon returning home and somebody, it's like a parade and somebody's holding a sign that says administrative bodies. It's
Yeah.
like, what? Like what does that mean?
Yeah. Or he shows home and he's like the villain. Throw eggs at him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's a
you know,
Forrest Gump situation.
oh.
Yeah.
Would
Chris
you
has
would
no
you
life.
watch what if Capcom produced a movie that was Forrest Gump but with Leon?
Is Leanne Forrest Gump or is he Lieutenant Dan?
No, he's Forrest Gump.
He's Forrest Gump and Wesker is Lieutenant Dan
Sure,
or
yeah.
Martin. Yeah, that would be
Or-
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm all for like genre branching out. Like it doesn't need to be action. There doesn't need to be guns. It's like just give me a drama.
Resident Evil 10, produced by Ron Howard.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that'd
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah. But yeah, you meet Sadler. You're down in like the docks type of area,
Yeah.
and he's got his creepy robes and his big creepy staff, and he gives you a little speech and says, "The American prevailing is a cliche that only happens in your Hollywood movies." And then
I
he,
like that.
yeah, so he turns into a big monster after that in Resident Evil tradition.
And he's like, how would you describe this monster? He's like a scorpion?
Yeah, kind of arachnid-y.
Yeah, but like really big.
Really big, yeah. He does have a tail. And the funny thing is it all bursts through his head. Like that's where all the
Yeah.
yeah, because his little body is still just like dangling there. It's yeah. His
Right.
torso, his
Yeah.
arms, and his legs just like flapping around underneath his weird giant head with an eyeball in the middle of it, and his claws and his multiple legs and his tail.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. It's weird design. It's creepy. He has, I believe, like eyeballs at the joints of his arachnid appendages.
Yeah.
Do I have that right? So,
Yeah, there's
um,
multiple eyelids, eyeballs, and you have to you shoot him in the eyeballs.
yeah.
That's
Surprise,
where it's most
surprise. Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
he
also
is,
very visible.
I'm like, I wish, and maybe this exists, I wish I had like dimensions on him. Like, I'm like, is he the size of a room? Is he the size of a city block? Like, I think he's
Hmm.
probably the size of like a big room.
I think that's right. He's not the size of a city block.
No.
Yeah. I would say he is 3 Leons high and maybe
Okay.
like a radius of like 2.5 Leons.
Okay. Yeah. So
If you
like
make him to like a half sphere.
a room with big ceilings,
Yeah, he's a room
tall
with big ceilings.
ceilings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much bigger than enemies we fought.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
not that complicated of a fight. You just kind of shoot him. There's a few places where you can knock like pipes and steel girders into him to cause more damage, but
And this feels like a very classic Resident Evil boss fight that's like in an industrial setting where you can use construction equipment to damage the enemy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So yeah, not it's a good fight, but nothing too challenging, nothing too crazy, and it ends
No.
with Ada throwing you the rocket launcher, and then kind of a callback to the first two games in the series.
Right. I was like, we'll get into this next episode with separate ways, but I was like, where did Ada get a rocket launcher? And I was like, this literally happened in Resident Evil 2 with these same
Yeah,
characters.
with
Like
literally
they,
Ada too. Yeah,
right, they repeat the same fucking thing. And I'm like, only this franchise could get away with that,
yeah,
you know? But so,
yeah. You blow them up. You blow up Sadler, and that's it. You've decimated the Los Illuminados army with just Leon.
right, right.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about endgame screens, but I was shocked at the end of the game how many people I'd killed.
Well, first you watch the
Yes,
cinemas, and Ada. You find a sample. That's all it's left over is a sample of the Las Plagas. And Leon picks it up, and Ada puts a gun to his head and says, "Hand it over." And you comply.
classic Ada.
Classic Ada. And then she escapes in a helicopter,
Yeah.
and she, yep, says that you better get a move on. She presses the button on her little Palm Pilot thing, and you have 3 minutes to escape.
So here's a question I have for you, and I should know this because I played separate ways, but how is she blowing up the island? Do we see
I
that
don't,
in separate ways?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's just implied that
Yeah.
she set charges, I guess, to blow it up.
Yeah, either set charges or had a man on the inside set charges or hacked
Okay,
into the already existing self-destruct. Yeah. I mean it's
okay.
Resident Evil game, it has to self-destruct. That's the
It
rules.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And now we're in the aquatic version with islands and jet skis.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which
Yeah. Last
I
area always has to self-destruct. That's the
yeah,
rules.
which I enjoyed this last area. I thought it was intense.
The jet ski mission.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you have to escape, and she throws you a keychain with a little teddy bear on it. And it says jet skis keys. Let me take that again. It says jet ski keys.
Jet ski keys.
Jet ski keys. Yep.
Jet
And then
ski keys. It's like
yeah,
cheap
it's kind of
chick in the city.
cheap chick in the city.
Cheap chick in the city.
Cheap chick in the city. But
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, I thought it was kind of fun. It's another new gameplay style right at the end, which is kind of fun and ballsy.
Right.
But yeah, it
It's
turns
like
into like wave race. You have
I
to
was just gonna say, I was
yeah.
like, did you want more wave race in your Resident Evil? Because this
Yeah.
delivers. It fucking rocks.
Yeah, it's cool. You're like doing tricks and shit. Like doing jumps and
Yeah, and he like
avoiding,
does
yeah,
like
falling
a he does
debris.
and then like he does a headstand on like the jet ski.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you do the classic like jump out as the island's exploding, and then yeah, this is it. We're on the final little cutscene as she falls
Right.
off, and but she's okay. You get one last
Right.
help.
Right. And then he saves her. And then like she like explicitly propositions him for sex.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, she falls off, and then you pick her back up, and he says again like time to head home, and she's behind you on the jet ski and holding you from the back, and she says mission accomplished, right, Leon? And then she's like, well, when we get home, how about some overtime? And
At my
Leon, to his credit,
place.
yeah, at my place. And Leon, to his credit, declines. He's like, no, that wouldn't be professional. And there's like a little hint that Ashley's maybe jealous of Ada. She kind of asks
Hmm.
about
Who is
who's that
that
girl you're
woman?
talking to? Yeah. So who is that? Yeah. Do you remember what
And
Leon
he
says?
she's just a part of me I can't let go.
Pardon me, I can't let go.
God. God. Like I
Yeah.
love this game so much, but it's like, God, that's awful.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, in classic Resident Evil fashion, it's the next day, and you're riding off, this time not on a helicopter, but on a jet ski into
Yeah,
the morning, the dawn's early light.
I like that they're like, how about the same ending but on a jet ski?
On a jet ski.
They're
Yeah.
like helicopter, They're like
Jet
jet
ski
ski,
baby.
yes.
Yeah.
Did you notice that in the credits there was a fun Stars copyright note?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it was like it gets to the end and it was like, almost like an FBI warning, do not copy this tape, but it was like a Stars version of that.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, cool.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
I like that. Nice
Um,
little Easter egg.
Yeah, I also thought the exchange at the end with Hunnigan was fun, right? Leon gets back online with Hunnigan through the radio, but he like immediately hits on her.
Yeah. This is where she says the line about like, oh, the line's not jacked anymore. And she's not wearing glasses. And yeah,
Hmm.
Leon hits on her.
Yeah, I'm
Says,
jacking the line.
jacking the line. He does not say he does not say
He
I'm
doesn't
jacking
say
the
that.
line.
He
Yeah.
doesn't say
I would
that.
rock. He says, "You look pretty good without the glasses. Can I get your number? Or how about getting your number?" It's like, might I remind you that you're still on assignment. So she kind of shuts him down. But
I like that, and
yeah.
I'm not saying what he should or shouldn't have done, but Ashley like propositions him and he's like no, and then she's like what's
Yeah.
up with Ada, and he's like I'm wistful, and then he's like I'm just gonna hit on my handler
Yeah.
immediately. It's like what is your deal? Like you're
Yeah,
all
poor
over the
Ashley's over
place.
there like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. So
Yeah, like you're just it's just I think like one thing I appreciated about the arc of this game, which we'll probably talk more about in our wrap-up episode, is like the game gets like sillier as it goes on.
it really does. Yeah. It keeps ramping it up. Keeps ramping it up. So
Yeah, just
mhm.
like the early sequences in the village where there's like tension and right, like a lot of, I mean, the ganado are not speaking in English, so you're kind of just against an adversary that you can't communicate with. And now it's like at the end, it's like you're doing a jet ski escape and people are hitting on each other like nobody's
Yeah, it's
business. It's like,
very
whoa,
James Bond. Very James
it
Bondy.
is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the island.
Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
See, I think that's Resident Evil 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, asterisk because there's separate ways.
Yeah. So that's the main game Resident Evil 4 that's as existed when it was released in January 2025. But we'll have some more for you here because we're gonna try to do two more episodes. So we're gonna do an episode of all the bonus items that you can get or bonus modes you can get. So there's Separate Ways, which was in the PS2 version of this game,
Right.
and there's also Assignment Ada, which is another sort of mini game, and the Mercenaries game. So we'll talk about all those extras in a special one of two wrap up episodes that we'll have for RE4.
Right. And then after the that episode, we will do a kind of final look back at Resident Evil 4, its legacy, its kind of continued influence on video games and the genre, and we'll have a very special guest for that episode as well.
Yeah, our first ever guest on Hot Zombie Summer is coming up in just 4 weeks.
4 weeks from now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we hope you tune in, listen, like, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a review.
and Jack the
Any of
Line.
Jack the Line. That is a little too spicy. Jeez.
That was a little too much. I'm uncomfortable.
Sheesh. Yeah. Yeah. But, I will say to our viewers out there, if you can incorporate I'm jacking the line into everyday conversation, your life will be better for it.
Yeah. You'll win friends and you'll influence people, and no one will
Right.
think it's odd. That's the most
Nobody will
important
think
part.
it's weird. Trust
Yeah.
us. Right.
Yeah. Trust us.
Right.
You're like, what
Right.
cool thing to
Yeah.
say.
Just, yeah. I myself will try to integrate that into some interaction I have soon, probably tomorrow.
Yeah. That's our promise to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Until next time, this has been Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll see you in a few weeks.